Hi, this is the Cat's Library. I'll be your librarian today. Roadrunner video. I have quite a few of these drawing a semi-realistic animal from reference videos out by now, so you probably know the drill at this point. Engage speed paint. Roadrunners got their name from running alongside stagecoaches in the Wild West. There are two species of roadrunner, the greater roadrunner and the lesser roadrunner. It didn't say on the photo blurb, but this is probably a greater roadrunner because the photo was taken in Death Valley, and lesser roadrunners are further south. Roadrunners generally prefer to run but can fly. They leave X-shaped tracks because they have two forward-facing toes and two backward-facing toes. This is called having zygoatal feet, which is not exclusive to birds because chameleons also have this. They live in deserts and shrubland in the southwestern United States, some of the other southern states, Mexico, and Central America. It is an omnivorous animal, and it eats a wide variety of food. For meat, it eats small mammals, small birds, small reptiles, including rattlesnakes, ironically a heavy contender to be the star of this video, bugs, spiders, tarantulas, and tarantula hawk moths, and scorpions. It also eats eggs, fruits, and seeds. They are monogamous birds who tend to stay in one area. Their nests are 3 to 10 feet off the ground, which is 1 to 3 meters. There is one parent at the nest at all times, and the chicks leave the nest at 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure why there are so many numbers there. They are the state bird of New Mexico. Both the Wikipedia page and the title of the photograph mention that cartoons are lies because coyotes can run much faster than roadrunners. More numbers for you to forget immediately. Roadrunner, 20 miles an hour. Coyote, 40 miles an hour. This section is a little shorter than usual, but that's about all that I wanted to say. On to the drawing! This time, I set the reference to fill the screen and put in the first sketch next to it. I made the choice to draw the legs at a slightly more dramatic angle. I put in a gradient, lighter mid-tone background to start out with. With the next sketch line art thing, I went slow and drew in the direction of the feathers, and marked out some of the places that there should be white stripes. I like how I put dimension from the neck into the wing with just the lines. I blocked in some colors for the first color layer and then put on a separate layer with the stripes. The stripes were more of a rough sketch at this point. Then I put in some soft shading and highlights. The reference looks like it's close to high noon and it's pretty bright out, so the shading was minimal, but it still needed a little something so that it wouldn't look flat. I roughed out the path on the ground. The Roadrunner was a bit washed out, and so I added in some darker patches. I refined the stripes through this and may have required more precision and was a bit looser than was probably necessary. I tweaked the layers a little and then set to work detailing the background. I drew a few rocks and then decided that I didn't want to spend 1,000 years on each rock, and so I copy and pasted a bunch of times until I got a pretty cool graphic pattern looking thing. I had 2 layers to get the shadow of the bird to look right. The first was a copy of the first color layer that I painted dark and put a distort tool to get the shape right, and the second was a lighter copy of the shadow layer with a blur added to it. I messed with overlaying a color over the rocks. I used a pencil brush to get the colors right and add in the feather texture. One layer for the head and neck and another for the body, and then I merged the 2 layers together. I think that I did it like that so that if I messed up on the body, I wouldn't accidentally mess up what I had on the head. I put some more gradients on top since the pencil sort of took that away a bit. I refined the beak and the legs. Then I put a gradient-like color layer over the background. Lost focus and brought the white back to certain sections of the feathers, and then added some shading and highlights to the foreground rocks. I played around with some more gradients to get the color saturation up, and I think that I'm done with explaining the drawing. I do have lore today. I usually have it for these videos, but I just thought I would tell you. I didn't verify if these were real Native American legends or not, but they were on topic of Roadrunners and were interesting stories anyway. The website said that this one was from the Apaches. The birds were trying to decide on a king. The whole legend is just a bunch of birds debating this. Candidate 1 for the Oriole party. Very pretty, but he was very quiet. Not selected. Candidate 2 for the Mockingbird party. No original ideas, just repeated what other birds were saying. Not selected. Candidate 3 for the Bluebird party. Also talked too much. Not selected. Candidate 4, Roadrunner won because he was good at public speaking. This next one might be from the tribe that I'm not going to pronounce, but it's spelled like that. The characters also have names, but I'm just going to call them by their species so that I'm not confused. Coyote, prairie falcon, and roadrunner were by the river. It was winter, and the roadrunner ran around to keep warm. The coyote kept trying to eat, but his teeth were chattering too hard, and so he threw his dinner into the river dramatically. I'm gonna go and steal fire from man. This is too cold. Falcon blinked. Okay, how are you gonna do that? I do not know. Later, they all went to bed, but Falcon was mulling over what the coyote had said. Finally, something clicked. Hey, Roadrunner, wake up. I have a... Coyote jumped up. I finally have a plan? The birds blinked and turned to him. But you know what humble I am. Let's hear Falcon's idea first to see if there's any overlap. Falcon sighed. Well, first up, we're gonna need a stick. Got it, told the coyote as he ran off and then came back with a stick. Falcon shook his head. I'm sorry, I meant a willow branch. Yes, willow, got it. Coyote brought back a short willow branch. Yeah, it needs to be a long willow branch so that the end could be lit on fire without burning yourself. Got it! Coyote ran off. Falcon turned to Roadrunner. Yeah, you should probably go after him. So Roadrunner and Coyote snuck up on Man with his campfire with the stick. Coyote got up to the campfire, but Man spotted him, so Coyote dropped the stick and ran away. Man chased him. Roadrunner stepped up and grabbed the burning stick, but Man spotted him. As he was a ways away from the fire from chasing the coyote, he summoned rain to put the fire out, because apparently that's a thing that he could do. To counter this, the Roadrunner hid the fire behind the feathers next to his eyes, because apparently that's a thing he could do, which is how the animals gained fire and the Roadrunner got the spots next to his eyes. And that's about it for today. I've been doing Mermaid this month. I think I'm going to have 4 20-minute videos for Mermaid to showcase my progress. So look out for those in the coming weeks. I'll see you when I see you. Bye!